Do you like the music? Everything's okay?
I love it. It's so good to be back here in beautiful Mother Russia. You know, they say the saying is from Russia with love, and I truly feel the love every time I step foot in this great country, and especially in this great city.
Thank you so much. We are so proud to have you here today. But it's the first time when you're invited to Moscow by Perry-Match, right? Еще одна чашечка кофе.
A coffee, yes. No, this is the first time I am here alongside Perry-Match, my partners at Perry-Match. It is my second time here in beautiful Moscow. I was here last time as a guest of President Vladimir Putin at the World Cup final. So I had a tremendous time here the first time, and it is shaping up to be that the second time. So I'm very, very, very excited to be here to again, like I said, alongside my partners at Perry-Match, and to coincide with the launch of proper number 12 Irish whiskey. I'm very, very excited to beautiful be here Mother Russia. Again, like I said, many people don't know the very first bottle of proper 12 Irish whiskey, the very first bottle made, I gifted to President Vladimir Putin at the World Cup final. So it is an honor and a privilege, and I am so proud to come back here and have it now available for the public. And as you can see, the fans, the Russians, they know a great spirit. So they know that Proper 12 is a great spirit. So I'm very, very honored, very proud, and very happy to be here.
Did he try your whiskey? Don't you know?
Now, President Putin's security detail is second to none, as I'm sure you know. You know, you don't mess around with Vladimir. So I gifted the bottle, and I gifted it to his security. So they had to take the liquid from the bottle to make sure the liquid was safe and it was not maybe poisoned or whatnot. And then it was gifted to Vladimir Putin. But I spoke with him at the World Cup, and he said he would try it. I have not got to speak to him since to see what he thought of it, although I'm sure he did have a taste of it, and I'm sure he enjoyed it, as it is now front and center, the number one Irish whiskey in Russia. And I am very, very proud. The location I am staying at is the Ritz-Carlton in the heart of Moscow city. And
oh my gosh, there will be a crowd there after this press conference.
Yes, there's my location if anyone's looking for it. The proper number 12, it's on the menu. It is on the menu in the Ritz-Carlton. We saw it this morning, so again, and it is a big full page on the main menu in the Ritz-Carlton. So I'm very, very honored, very proud, and very happy.
Conor, just one question. The first bottle is by Vladimir Putin. Where's the second one?
Yes. Oh, the second one is mine.
And
the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10.
We will wait one more.
The third can be yours. Let's talk a little bit about your cooperation with Perry-Match. So what is the most memorable moment about your cooperation with being a Perry-Match ambassador?
I'm very, very happy and honored to be alongside Perry-Match. I mean, first of all, many of you may not know, the Perry-Match Foundation, a charitable organization. They do so much for sport and for people around these countries. Yesterday we were at a mixed martial arts tournament, an amateur tournament for young kids from the age of 10 up until 13 years of age. And to go and see these young kids that are climbing up the ranks and aspiring to be future champions like myself, it was very, very motivating to see this, and I was very proud that Perry-Match were setting this up. They had a whole gym facility, the Perry-Match Fight Academy, and it was amazing to see. If I said to the kids yesterday that if I had those circumstances when I was on the rise up, I would have been a 3-weight world champion instead of a 2-weight world champion. So I wish all these young kids very much success in the come up, and I applaud Perry-Match for the work they are doing for the youth and the people on their come up.
Dimo, what do you think about everything that Conor just said? Are you happy right now?
I will talk on Russian. Sorry for the Russian media.
Go ahead. The CEO of Perry-Match Russia. Good man. Go ahead.
Thank you. С нашей стороны мы гордимся быть партнерами Конора Макгрегора. Это великая звезда, это один из самых популярных бойцов в мире. И для нас сотрудничество с Конором является чем-то больше, чем просто рекламный контракт. Это наша духовная близость, скажем так.
Вау. Я предлагаю сейчас подписать футболку.
Да, давайте.
И уже мы будем разговаривать о спорте непосредственно, потому что я думаю, что вы же очень хотите узнать, да, когда Конор Макгрегор проведет следующий бой вообще, собирается ли он его проводить?
Yes, of course.
It's like a sign of friendship between you and Parimatch Company. Yeah, we can help you. You know, I have this T-shirt as well, and my boyfriend asked me, like, who is that guy? Why are you wearing the T-shirt with his portrait? And I was like, it's Conor McGregor, babe.
Yes, it's okay. You get a pass.
Коллеги, мы эту футболку обязательно реализуем с благотворительного аукциона, и все деньги обязательно будут направлены на помощь детям. Я оставляю вас,
Да, спасибо большое.
Пресса. Все теперь в ваших руках. Спасибо.
So this T-shirt will be, they will, yeah, the auction, charity auction, yeah, they will give it. So, let's talk about sports a little bit, yeah, about martial arts and UFC. So, how do you prepare for a big fight in terms of training, eating, sleeping? What's your typical training routine? We want to know about it.
You know, right now it takes 66 days to form a habit. So right now I'm in a process of forming a new habit. I am going to bed early and waking up early. I'm a firm believer that structure is the true key to success. The structure is the true key to billions, I feel. Any billionaire or any successful person I've met, they are structured. They go to sleep at a specific time. They wake up at a specific time. For me, I had many ups and downs in my career, many adversities. An example I will give you, the Nate Diaz 1 fight and then the Nate Diaz 2 fight. The Nate Diaz 1 fight, my training camp was reckless. I was not structured. I would train when I felt like it. There was no set times. The Nate Diaz 2, the rematch, I went to bed at a specific time. I woke up at a specific time. And I was able to build the body up and get myself into prime physical condition to face a larger opponent who's renowned for his cardiovascular abilities. So structure, for me, was the key to success in that one, the key to retribution. And that's what I am in the process of regaining now. You know, I've been in this game so long, it's so easy for somebody to do this once. It's so easy for somebody to train hard and cut weight once, maybe even twice, but to do it time after time, year after year, in these mega events. You know, the commitment and the lapse of effort takes dips. So right now I am building this back up. My hunger is rising. I have some news for you all, for the world here. For me, I wish to compete here in Moscow, Russia. We know that. This is known. We know what bout I am seeking here in Mother Russia. The people of Russia deserve this inevitable rematch to take place here in Moscow. And it will happen. However, I am not waiting around for that man. That man is a known pullout, a known fear of risk. He does not take risk. So for me, I am not waiting around. I would like to announce to the public the return of the notorious Conor McGregor will take place on January 18th in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that is my comeback fight. It is 12 weeks this Saturday. I'm in prime physical condition. I have agreed the date with I've agreed the date with the company. As far as the opponent, I have the opponent's name, but for me, the game I am in, and from experience, if I was to give you people the name, which I would love to do, I know the UFC would flip it because they are a crafty company. So for me, here's this one. Ask the UFC who the opponent is, because I do not give a fuck who the opponent is. January 18th, the return of the notorious Conor McGregor, 12 weeks this Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. That will be the beginning of my season. I will then look to compete against the winner of Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal for the bad motherfucker title. Obviously, I have history with Nate Diaz. We are set to make the trilogy bout. So we will see how that one goes. I feel Nate will get the better of that one. And we will contest the trilogy bout. Then I will seek the Moscow bout. And it will be against the winner of Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I can't even say the guy's name. Who gives a fuck what the guy's name is? But that is the bout we want. We want this bout in Moscow. The people of Russia deserve this bout to take place. The people of the world deserve this bout to take place. It is an inevitable rematch. It is a rematch that I will come in sharp, fresh. I will have no injuries. I will have no alcohol. I will have no outside influences. I will be fully focused. Exactly what the people deserve. Exactly what the fans deserve. And we will settle it once and for all.
Is it an official statement? You're going to fight against Khabib in Moscow, like maybe next year?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, the winner of Tony and Khabib. He is afraid of the Moscow bout for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Does he represent Russia? I don't think he does represent Russia. I've never seen the man represent Russia in my life. Have you ever seen him raise a Russian flag like I raised the Irish flag with pride? I have never seen it once in my life. He is running from the bout in Moscow. The public want it. The people want it. His own father wants it. He does not want it. He wants to bring a man down to a weight he has never competed in before, even though in that weight division he himself has almost died making that weight. He is afraid of risk. A man who fears risk will conquer nothing long-lasting. There will be no longevity in his career, as he has he does not take risk at all. His last opponent was a former featherweight, which I knocked out in 90 seconds. I knocked out that man in 90 seconds. It took him over three rounds to get the job done. So this is an inevitable rematch. We know this. We know it is happening. He can run, and he does run. It is in the nature of the Dagestani man to run. Every great Russian knows this about the Dagestani man. Every Chechen knows this about the Dagestani man. They run and they cower, and that's it. And that's what you were seeing with Khabib. He is running and he is cowering away, like he did in Brooklyn when I showed up that day. So it is an inevitable rematch. I will tell him this: you can run, but you cannot hide. You've seen him last week, or whenever it was. He ran out of the press conference. He scurried out of the press conference here in Moscow. It is in his nature, but trust me, I am coming for him. But forget him for the minute. Like I said, January 18th, the return of a fully focused, notorious Conor McGregor will take place in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ask the UFC who the opponent is, because I do not give a fuck. I am going to go through the entire roster like a chainsaw through butter. Make no mistake about that.
Wow, it sounds awesome. Conor, I want to ask you, how do you prepare mentally for each opponent? You told me how you prepare physically, but mentally, I think it's like maybe even more important than be prepared physically.
For me, mental strength comes from your commitment, the work ethic you put in. For me, like I said, I am doing this so long, I have lapses in it. Sometimes, some fights throughout the years, I have been all in. There would be no distractions, zero distractions. And then you rise up and you win, and then things happen and more business comes along and distractions happen. And then the lack of effort, then you are not working as hard. So that has happened to me in my past. But for me, my mental strength comes from my work ethic, from my focus. And trust me when I tell you, I am focused here. I am structured now. I am developing a solid structure. I go to bed at the same time. I wake up at the same time. And I train at the same time. There is structure and there is no outside influence. The fight is 12 weeks this Saturday. When I go from this press conference and this tour here, I go into camp and you will not see me until I show up to fight. And there is no outside influence.
Okay, and where do you get your inspiration? Keeping doing what you're doing, like from day to day.
You know, for me, on the come up, my inspiration and my motivation would come from looking at people who defy the odds. People who do what they are told they cannot do. You cannot do that, but the person still does it. The person works hard and goes ahead and pushes on. And that's where I took my motivation. Right now, I take motivation and inspiration from my young kids, Conor McGregor Jr. and Cream Mairead McGregor, my beautiful young kids, my little family. That is what motivates me and inspires me. I want to show them what hard work and what structure and what focus can do. I want to show them the best of myself. And that's what I will do on January 18th and continuing into my 2020 season, the return of the notorious Conor McGregor.
Do you want your son to be a champion of UFC someday?
You know, it's quite easy to become a champion. I want him to become a champion, a double-weight champion. Hey, maybe even a three-weight champion. If the UFC wise up and add more weight divisions also, which they should, I feel. You know, you've had people that have nearly died making weight. If you look at Khabib Nurmagomedov, he almost died on the scales making 155 pounds. Yet he wants to bring a former middleweight, a former welterweight down to make 155 pounds. It is the sign of a coward. You know, it makes no sense to me. So, for me, my son he will be skilled in mixed martial arts competition. He will be skilled in all of the martial arts, just like his father. But it will be up to him if he wants to do this. I will not force him. He will have the skills to do it if he wishes, but he can do many things in this world.
Were you expecting some provocative things from Team Habib while you're in Moscow?
Sorry?
Were you expecting maybe some provocative things, some provocations from Team Habib while you're in Moscow?
Are they here? I don't see no one here. They know better. They know from past. So I do not expect this. I do not fear this. If they wish, like I said, my location. Where's my location? The Ritz-Carlton. I'm in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel if anyone wants my location. Right here in downtown Moscow. So, you know yourself. But where is he right now? I believe he's out of the country. I fly in, he flies out. Typical of the Dagestani man.
Can you tell us, please, who did you get into MMA? We want to talk about your path, you know, to the path where you become who you are. Yeah. So, who did you get into MMA sports while you were a kid? How did you get there?
You know, mixed martial arts, I believe, found me. Obviously, fighting, the Irish, we are renowned for our fighting, and we are renowned for our drinking also. So I am on top of both games. So it found me growing up as a young kid. Obviously, you know, disputes happen or whatnot, and I felt I needed to be adept in combat sport and combat discipline to be able to defend myself in any situation. And that is how I began studying combat sports. Like most young men, they enter combat sports for two reasons. One, their father was in it and they inherited it. Or two, they are in it for self-defense, to learn how to defend themselves. I was number two, self-defense, and that's it. I rose into the game through that, and then I rose up all the way.
Can you please give some advice to the youngsters who dream of the professional career, the sports career, outstanding one that you have?
You know, train hard, obviously. Stay focused. Be careful what you put into your body. Be disciplined with what you put into your body. Be disciplined with your times. Be disciplined with your time, period. It is a very selfish game, the fight game. You know, you've got to be... My boxing coach told me many years ago to always be selfish with your training. And that is something that stood with me. So I would tell the young kids to stay focused, handle themselves and put in the work, and they can achieve anything. Now, the sky is the limit in combat sports. You know, when I was coming up, I had to try and convince my father, who was very afraid, very worried about me entering this path because it was not a chosen path. There was no path even. You know, I could not say to my father, hey, look at this opponent, look at this fighter. He is a successful man. He has made a career for him, a full career for himself that can provide for his family for generations. That was not the case. So, but now it is. Now it is the case. Now if you put in the work, there is a path. And I have helped create and shape and mold that path. And I'm very, very proud, very, very honored, and very motivated right back that these young kids are taking motivation from me. So,
are there any MMA fighters you especially admire, maybe from the past?
Of course, the likes of Hickson Gracie, one of the originators, you know. All the greats I admire. All the people, like I said, this is a crazy game. The mixed martial arts game is a crazy, crazy business. Combat sport is a crazy, crazy business. So I have respect and admiration for all competitors in all disciplines at all levels. So everyone, I respect them all.
Tell me something about your brand. Like, is it easy for you to be a real businessman about your whiskey brand, I mean? Do you like this new role to you?
You know, I do not feel like a brand or a businessman. I am simply passionate about what I am passionate about, and I have engaged in my passions 100%. You know, the things I am passionate about, I have put so much time into the things that I am passionate about that I have made a career out of them. I firmly believe that if you are passionate about something and you put enough time into it, eventually you will forge and create a career out of that. And I'm very blessed that I have done that in the fight game, in the whiskey game, in the fashion game, in all the games that I enter, because I'm truly passionate about them.
And what is the story behind the name of the brand? Why Partner 12?
Proper 12.
Proper 12.
Proper
Yeah.
12. Well, 12 is the district I come from, a glorious neighborhood, a neighborhood of hard-working people, home to the largest children's hospital in our nation, Crumlin Children's Hospital. And then proper, obviously, proper is a term. If you say proper, it means something is legit, it is true, it is proper. So proper number 12. to pay homage to my hometown, and then to say that this is a true Irish whiskey from a true Irish man.
Wow, that really sounds cool. And what do you think is the key element in launching a successful business? What is the key element?
Commitment, consistency. You know, you've got to be committed. You've got to be all in. All in is a term we throw around a lot, but are you really all in? Are you really all in on what you were engaged in? You must be. You must be on the phone calls. You must be 24/7. You know, so that is the way I have been with this and with all my careers. I am fully focused and all in on my ventures. And if I was not passionate or if I did not believe in these, it would be impossible to do this. It's not a lack of want or effort. If you do not truly love what you are doing, it is impossible to give all your full time to. So I am blessed that I am truly passionate and truly in love with what I do, and that's why I give my all to them, and that's why it is so successful. You know, we have launched in less than a year, we have launched so many new markets. We launched Russia here, we launched Poland, we launched Australia, we launched the UK, the US, Ireland, South Africa even. Also, we are opening many new markets even now. So I'm very, very excited, very, very proud, and long may it continue. The people truly enjoy proper number 12 Irish whiskey, and I'm very, very proud of this and of my creation.
And do you have a plan for expanding this whiskey business?
Yes, keep going. We are expanding non-stop. I mean, the numbers, we supply the demand. You know, the public are demanding this all over the globe. It is global. It is the only Irish whiskey that is truly global, and we are continuing this. You know, for me now, I enter camp. So when I leave this, like I said, 12 weeks this Saturday, my bout will be. I will not touch my beautiful whiskey, and that will be a tough challenge for me. I'm not going to lie, but it will be a challenge that I am looking forward to conquering, and I look forward to seeing. For me, I look online and I see my fans enjoy the whiskey and send me images and post up things. That gets me through it, you know. So I will enjoy that while I abstain from it. It will be difficult, but I will do it.
You know, when I just came to the scene, I was so afraid that you will force me, you know, to drink your whiskey, because I drink only vodka. As a true Russian,
yes. The Russians like the vodka, yes. Well, we are changing that. Like I said, the Russians know a good spirit, and that is a phenomenal spirit right there on the table here. I know Russian vodka is renowned around the world, and I have tried it. It is beautiful, but that is the dark spirit. Try the dark spirit. It is beautiful.
So, are you planning to launch maybe any other business in the future? Maybe like some equipment, some clothes?
Look, we have many things in the pipeline for the world and for the fans. But like I said, January 18th, I am coming back, and I am going through that entire roster, and I'm going to do it back to back to back, like I done before in the climb to gain my UFC featherweight world title, my UFC lightweight world title, and become the first ever champ. I am going to replicate that and do it again.
Why do you want it so much to come back to fight again?
Because, you know, I feel I've done so many great things, but I feel I let my people down. I let my fans down. The fans and the people around the world deserved me to come in fully in shape. I should not have been engaging in my beautiful product. I know the fans, I know the people who know my whiskey know my reasoning for it, because it is so damn tasty. But I should not have been doing that. I should have been fully focused. My coaches, the people who believe in me deserve better. You know what I mean? It is an insult to the people who believe in me that I am not fully committed. So now I am coming back, and I am fully committed, and I am eager to come back and show the best of myself for my fans around the world.
Good luck with that. I'm sure it will be like a tremendous comeback. So now let's begin a Q&A sessions with journalists, okay? Ну что, кто хочет задать вопросы, сразу же поднимайте руки, и, соответственно, наши волонтеры помогут вам задать вопрос. Давайте попробуем с этого конца.
Вот здесь, можете посмотреть. От вас направо.
Так, от меня направо. Задавайте, пожалуйста.
Да. Меня зовут Олег, «Известия». Конор, у вас был, среди прочих интересных поединков, был поединок, когда вы сошлись со спортсменом из другого вида, тоже бойцовских спортивных специальностей. Скажите, пожалуйста, вот у нас в Москве скоро состоится поединок между совсем разными бойцами. Это Александр Емельяненко и Михаил Кокляев. Емельяненко — известный боец смешанного стиля, Михаил Кокляев — тяжелоатлет. Вы слышали об этом бое? Как вы оцениваете шансы бойцов? И как вы считаете, насколько будет интересны такие поединки, когда встречаются два спортсмена совсем из разных видов?
So you had a fight with an athlete from different kind of sports, and we will have something like this in the nearest future. Katlaev will fight against Yemelyanenko. So have you heard of it, and what do you think of it?
No, what is this? Is this in, what sport is this?
Yemelyanenko, he's like a professional fighter. He's like he does like martial arts, and Katlaev, he's a heavy lifter.
A weightlifter?
Yeah.
Oh wow, very good, excellent. That's what the people want to see, men who take risk. You know, I went into another man's sport, the supposed best ever of that discipline, and faced him under his rule set. It was supposed to be reciprocated, but it was not. Maybe someday soon, but it was supposed to be. I box him, he fights me under mixed martial arts rules, but it did not go that way. But the public, the people want to see men who take risk. That's what lasts the test of time. People who take risks, people who seek to defy the odds, people who reach for greatness, and that's very exciting to see. I will keep an eye on that and see what happens.
Thank you very much. Спасибо за ваш вопрос. Следующий. Есть уже у кого-то микрофон?
Раз. Маш, привет. Конор, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, excellent.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you so attention.
My
Давайте
pleasure.
перейдем на русский, а то есть я буду говорить на английском, переводчик останется без гонорара. Конор, меня зовут Анар, my name is Анар. Я как интервьюер хочу раскрыть тебя немножко с другой точки зрения. Давайте поэтому немножко отойдем от спорта, от Хабиба. Ты спортсмен с приставкой топ. Мне интересно твое взаимодействие со СМИ, потому что частенько появляются новости не очень хорошего характера, то, что якобы Конор Макгрегор изнасиловал 20-летнюю девушку.
Ребят, мы сегодня об этом не говорим.
Стоп,
Я даже это переводить
нет,
не буду.
подождите, я
Анар,
даю
пожалуйста,
своему...
веди себя нормально. Я тебя знаю, ты нормальный парень, поэтому веди себя как нормальный парень. Окей? Есть еще у тебя вопрос?
Нет.
Давайте, да, мы перейдем к кому-нибудь другому.
Hello, Конор.
Мне очень хочется вот девушкам дать справа от меня микрофон.
Да. Вот есть уже микрофон, можно?
Мне очень хочется вот девушкам дать справа. Да, давайте.
Нинолосева news.ru. Вопрос у меня такой. Почему вы не посетили бой Хабиба Нурмагомедова в Абу-Даби?
She asked you about why didn't you come to Habib fight in Abu Dhabi, but I think that you had no plans to do that.
No, you know, like I said, I faced Dustin Poirier in the past. I knocked him out in 90 seconds. I was not interested in the bout. Why would I? You know, I have beaten Dustin. I thought it was a very... I was not excited by the bout at all. I mean, were you excited by the bout? The man sniffs jockstraps for a living. He sniffs buttholes for a living. If you want to know what my ass smells like, just ask Khabib, because he smelled it for the entire first round. And also, if you want to know what my knuckle feels like or tastes like, just ask his blood brother and his cousin.
Conor, how do you always come up with these metaphors?
I simply speak the truth. I simply speak fact. It was 15 seconds. 15 seconds into round number 1. He dove for my legs. He dove for my legs and held on. For the entire first round, he held onto my legs and had a good smell of my sweaty jockstrap. So if any of you are interested, just ask him, how does Conor's asshole smell?
Следующий вопрос, пожалуйста. Есть у кого-то микрофон
Да,
уже?
у меня микрофон. Всем привет. Игорь Лазорин, ТАСС, он же Игорь, как дела? Hello, Conor. Welcome to Moscow. I'm here.
Excellent. How are you, sir? Thank you.
Yeah, great. So I will ask in Russian, so
Okay.
it will be possible. Yeah, thank you. Ты действительно так плохо относишься к Хабибу, или это все показуха, то, что ты говоришь про него, ты называешь его крысой, называешь его какими-то другими словами? Это действительно твое отношение, или это только бизнес?
Do you really hate Habib, or it's just like a business? It's a game.
You know, it is a heated rivalry. True heat. So we must settle it. The war is far from over. Can it be settled? Maybe so, but like I said, the people of Moscow, the people of Russia, they deserve for this inevitable rematch. This is an inevitable rematch. He can run as long as he wants. He can try and throw featherweights or people that I've beaten in the past in front of me. But again, it is an inevitable rematch. He can run, but he cannot hide. So it is a heated rivalry. And I believe we will settle it someday soon.
Спасибо.
Да, и разрешите прям быстрый второй вопрос. Говоришь ли ты по-русски? И я так понимаю, тебя не самым лучшим словам мог научить Артем Лобов и все остальные. Что ты знаешь на русском?
Do you know any Russian words?
I actually don't know Russian words. I would love to learn some though. I'm actually, like I said, I am developing this is only my second time here in Russia, my second time in Moscow also, but I am developing a really fond love for this city. And I am actually going to, after this, I'm going to look at property around Russia, around Moscow. I would love to acquire property here. When the bout is made, whether it is against Khabib or not, when I will compete here in Moscow, Russia at some stage of my career. And I will do my full training camp here, and I will look forward to it. So I'm going to, today or tomorrow, I'm going to go and look at property around beautiful Moscow.
Спасибо. Следующий вопрос.
Алло?
Да. Где вы только? Хочу вас видеть. Ага, отлично.
I know actually, sorry, one word. Nastrovia.
На здоровье.
Nastrovia, that's cheers, right?
Yeah.
Nastrovia, Russia. I love that one. That's a good one. Shonta is cheers in Irish.
На здоровье.
Conor, Conor, hello? Just in the centre from one Man United fan to another, greetings in Moscow. You said that this rematch has got to take place. What is the added incentive for it taking place in Moscow? What do you want to show the Russian people? And the second question, you're the former champ, how much does that bad motherfucker belt mean to you?
You know, the bad motherfucker belt is very exciting. I believe it was brought into fruition for me. Obviously, I have history with Nathan Diaz. We are on a 2. We have fought each other twice. The trilogy, again, is an inevitable bout. And Nate created this, the bad motherfucker thing, and it has grown legs, and I'm very excited by it. I'm very eager for that. And I look forward to that one in 2020 also. But the added incentive to have this bout here in Moscow, Russia, it is a real-life Rocky story. I want to gift to the people of Russia this real-life Rocky story. I actually wanted to make the original bout here in Russia, but everything happens for a reason, I feel, and it is primed to take place. It is even better now that it went the way it did, and we are set to have the rematch here in Moscow, Russia. I think the people deserve it. The people here deserve this bout. Moscow and Russia, they deserve a phenomenal marquee event, the likes of a McGregor event brings.
Are you Rocky or Ivan Drago?
I'm both. I'm a little bit of both.
Thank you for your question.
Конор,
Так, только, пожалуйста, я должна вас видеть.
я здесь.
Ага.
Можно устроить с тобой face-to-face?
Что вы имеете в виду?
Face-to-face.
Сейчас?
Лицом к лицу, да.
Что, задать вопрос?
Нет,
No.
выйти лицом...
С кем? Yeah, I know. Что вы имеете в виду?
Face-to-face.
Сейчас? Что ты хочешь от меня, я не понимаю.
Maybe after. What's the answer? Maybe after. Keep the questions. Maybe after.
Так,
Давайте.
Можно задать вопрос? Hello, Конор. Я пробовал твой виски, он великолепен. Вопрос, я сам блогер, меня зовут Дима Гордей, и вопрос от блогера. Ты ведешь очень интересный инстаграм, я думаю, многие здесь подписаны на него. Насколько тебе интересно еще, допустим, открыть YouTube-канал, либо TikTok? Уилл Смит уже есть на ТикТоке. Планируешь ли ты открывать другие социальные сети и вести?
So he's a very famous Russian blogger, car blogger, and he has almost like so many followers like you do. Yeah, like he does some videos about automobiles, about cars, everything. So are you planning to expand yourself in the social media, maybe, to have an account in TikTok or maybe YouTube, something like this?
We are actually setting up a YouTube account at the minute, like all the footage that we are getting, the content we are going to share to the fans. But I run social media. We run the social media game. We have many. Only yesterday, actually, there's so many fan pages and that, and many here in Russia that like the McGregor face or McGregor mate or McGregor family. There are so many accounts that support me and my family. And yesterday, there was a young girl, a 16-year-old girl, and she was trying to reach out to me and my girlfriend Dee And obviously with so many followers, it's very hard to get a message through. But they are getting crafty now. They will go to my sisters, let's say, and even my sisters have so many followers, it is hard to get a message through to them. But then they go to my sister's friends, who maybe have less followers, and then the message will get through. So yesterday, or a couple of days ago, this young lady reached out to my sister's friend and said she is from a location far, far away from where I am, but she would love to meet, and she runs this McGregor family fan page. And then the message got through to me. And I was like, let's meet this young lady, you know, a person who was supporting me. It was an honor for me to meet. She had no money to get to where I was, but her father came in and gifted her money to get the train. So she traveled on the train throughout the night to get to the city that we were in. And then we met her yesterday. Before we even met her, she had gone through 7 hotels trying to locate us. But again, I got the message right as she was about to get the train home. But we reached out, I got a hold of her number, and we brought her to where we were, and myself and Dee, we met her, signed some stuff, and took pictures. We love the social media game, you know, we are very appreciative of the fans out here, and like I said, the Russians and the people around this area that support us, we are very grateful for that, and it was a very fun occasion yesterday to meet one of them in the flesh. And again, that content that we have, meeting this young lady and this whole story, we are going to probably launch on the YouTube channel at some stage.
Окей, thank you. Дим, тебе никто на пространстве пути YouTube не угрожает, в частности, Конор. Кто следующий?
Так, посмотрите, пожалуйста, направо. У нас вопрос от Ассоциации спортсменов родом из самбо. Конор классно сказал, что надо рисковать, нужно пробовать себя. Он стал чемпионом в смешанных единоборствах, пробовал в боксе. В декабре пройдет абсолютный кубок мира по самбо в России. Россия – это родина самбо. Конор хотел бы попробовать себя в самбо.
So, have you ever heard of sambo sports?
Yes, of course I've heard of sambo. It's a phenomenal sport.
A very Soviet one, by the way. So, were you thinking, like, someday about maybe join some team or maybe trying yourself in this kind of sport?
Yeah, I would certainly. I look to learn and study all styles of martial arts. I have not yet engaged in the sambo style, but I would love to. I would be more than happy to train and compete alongside these people, no doubt.
Conor, right here. My name is Mahmoud Miari.
Actually, yesterday I met a sambo world. Not yesterday. The day before yesterday, we met a sambo world champion. I forget his name, but they are phenomenal athletes, and it would be an honor for me to train with these people.
This is RT Arabic. My name is Mahmoud Miari. Conor, welcome to Russia. I would like to ask you now, you mentioned the comeback fight, and you said that you're interested to fight in Dublin or Moscow. But are you interested to fight in the Middle East, particularly in Abu Dhabi? This is the first question. The second one, there will be a mega fight in kickboxing in December between Badr Hari and Rico Verhoeven. How do you see this fight going?
I tell you, Badr Hari is a phenomenal kickboxer, and Nico's a great guy also. You know, I'm very interested to see how that goes. I want to compete all over the world. Yes, I would love to compete back in my hometown, you know, Dublin, Ireland. The event we had in Dublin was phenomenal that time that I competed. It was historic. And to do that again, you know, that is a dream of mine. But competing all over the globe is a dream of mine also, you know. We've got this one, you know, who knows about this location we have set in the T-Mobile in Las Vegas. This could change, you just don't know. You know, the UFC has a lot of power and a lot of ability to create events all over the globe, and I feel it is the job of the fighter to lift the public's interest in events all over the globe. So most certainly I would love to compete in Abu Dhabi. I would love to compete in Dublin, Ireland. I would love to compete here in Moscow, Russia. Let's see what happens. Like I said, consistency, active. I need to be active. I must get active now. We have crossed the first hurdle. We have a date now. So for me, once I get over this first one, then I am free again. I can come back like I used to do on the rise. I used to compete consistently. You know, I used to say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So once I am there, I'm going to continue. I've taken very little damage inside the octagon. Very little damage inside the octagon compared to many other competitors. So I'm very blessed in that manner. I'm only 31 years of age, so I'm still very young also. So I'm eager to have a good run and compete all over the globe.
So to the first question, do you predict Badr Hari to beat Rico Verhoeven?
You know, only the other day I was actually talking about Badr Hari maybe competing in mixed martial arts. I would love to see that. You know, he's been around. Badr Hari has been around a long time. So is Nico, all the same. Nico has been around a long time also, and is a phenomenal kickboxer. It is hard to say what state are the fighters in. At this level, any fighter can win on any given day. It is the surrounding factors. So I am not aware of the surrounding factors enough to give a prediction on that bout. Plus, I am not paid to.
It's less than 5 minutes left, so please be short and sweet.
Конор, приветствуем тебя от канала.
Mr. Conor, hello,
Hello,
I'm here.
hello.
My name is Diana, телеканал Звезда. Mr. Conor, my boss said to me, I'll fight if I don't take a selfie with you.
You can take a selfie, yes. Walk right up here, because she's right there. She can take a selfie. Don't fire this lady. She accomplished her goal.
Так, давайте не тратить на это много времени. Пожалуйста, следующий вопрос. Не, следующий вопрос.
Конор, приветствую тебя в Москве от канала Бодимания. Хотели задать такой вопрос. У тебя яркая спортивная карьера. У тебя большая яркая спортивная карьера с большой историей. Скажи, какой бой был для тебя самый важный, который ты вспоминаешь по сей день? Спасибо.
So you have like an outstanding sports career, but what fight was the most important to you so far?
The most important fight to me so far, you know, I've had many great bouts, many significant bouts. Like I said, I am a multiple weight world champion in multiple organizations. But I'd say the most significant fight for me, the one with the most meaning, would be the first time I touched UFC gold, was UFC 189 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was scheduled to face Jose Aldo for the unified featherweight bout. But 8 days before the bout, Jose pulled out of the bout, and in stepped my supposed kryptonite, a powerful American wrestler named Chad Mendes, a phenomenal athlete. Well, it turned out he was under the influence at the time and since then, but he was a powerful opponent to face. A very tough matchup for me, especially as I had not prepared for it, especially as I had a horrific injury in the lead up to that also. But for me, it was a bout where I overcame adversity in many forms, in the camp, in the lead up, in the opponent change, and then in the bout itself. And then at the end of it, to first touch UFC gold, and I wrapped the tricolour, my nation's flag, around me at the same time. You know, that for me was my most significant moment in my career to date.
Вау. Последний вопрос,
Можно,
друзья.
да?
Конор, добрый день. Вот вы сегодня в Москве. Готовы ли вы посетить Дагестан? Вас приглашал Абдулманап Нурмагомедов. Он сказал, что несмотря на то, что все произошло, он вас прощает и приглашает. Готовы ли вы посетить Дагестан?
You know, I wouldn't go to Dagestan to take a shit, and that is the truth.
Можно, да?
Последний вопрос.
Последний вопрос. Меня зовут Давид, я представляю сайт metaretics.ru. У меня вопрос не связан с единоборствами. Мне интересно, в прошлый раз, Конор, вы приезжали в Москву, когда был чемпионат мира по футболу, и у меня вопрос следующий. Будете ли вы смотреть чемпионат... Вы приезжали на чемпионат мира, я извиняюсь, и будете ли вы смотреть чемпионат Европы и болеть за сборную России? И как вы думаете, выиграет ли сборная России чемпионат Европы?
Good question. You're a big football fan, yeah?
I am a big football fan, but obviously with the fight game, the sport of football I kind of left behind. But yes, I do enjoy football. Actually, I am scheduled to go to a football bout tonight, I believe. So CSK Moscow, I think, are playing. So we're attempting to go there. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, Europa League. So will you support Russian national team during the upcoming Euro?
Yeah, sure I will, of course. It was an honor to come here and be a part of the World Cup final. It was a phenomenal spectacle. I mean, what an event, what a showcase to the world for the Russian people to put on the World Cup. Stadiums built from scratch, and they were true stadiums. They weren't tents. They were not tents. They were solid infrastructure. And then the fans were around to see it all, and it was an honor to see it. So most certainly I would support the Russian team in the next upcoming tournament. But more importantly, I would support my own Ireland. I'm not sure if we are in the competition though, but if we are, I will support Ireland.
Конор, here.
Все, ребят.
Последний вопрос интересный очень интересный.
Попробуй.
Конор, после твоего боя с Хабибом вышло несколько видео, где показывали, как снять такой захват.
Как ты думаешь, можно ли было его снять и почему ты не попробовал?
Слушайте, давайте уже все закончим, потому что про Хабиба сегодня было слишком много вопросов.
How can we try your whiskey? Я думаю, это самый интересный вопрос, который сегодня задавали.
Кто хочет услышать на этот вопрос ответ? Окей, скажите тогда мне, как захват по-английски. They're asking about this thing.
Welcome to Russia.
Давай.
In some kind of way, I'm your voice over in Russia
Да.
The question about the
Yeah,
Khabib
just
fight.
translate it.
The Khabib fight, when you got locked with your neck, there were some videos after the fight how you can be free of it. Did you watch these videos?
Yeah, of course. I watched the tape about 800. I said this before. I've watched it about 888 times before I even got to back to my house after the bout. So of course I've studied the bout. The crank, and it was a crank and a choke, a neck crank and a choke. It was well applied, you know. I will say what I will say about Khabib, but he is skilled at what he does. So I will be prepared for that in the rematch, and we will correct that. But that's it. I was caught in the choke, and that's it. It is what it is.
Conor, thank you so much for being here today with us. Thank you so much for loving Moscow so much, because I can feel this true love that you gave to all of us. Друзья мои, спасибо вам огромное за то, что вы пришли сегодня на пресс-конференцию.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It is an honor.
Уже нет времени.
An honor to be here in Moscow, Russia. Thank you so much.
И огромное спасибо компании Parimatch, благодаря которой сегодняшняя пресс-конференция и случилась. Так что спасибо Parimatch и спасибо вам всем еще раз.